right, let's go ahead and talk about the software development lifecycle and the methodologies used to implement it. So there are several versions of the software development lifecycle. Many textbooks only have the 4 steps that are listed here. So we have analysis, design, implementation, testing, deployment, and maintaining listed here. But as I mentioned, our textbook, the one that you can find linked in the modules, we only have 4 of these steps. All of these steps are kind of jammed into those 4 steps. So again, in this version, planning and analysis are kind of jammed into analysis. They're all bundled into that phase. One important detail to note is that the software development life cycle, cycle is a key word here. A cycle is a series of events that are regularly repeated in the same order. As we design and build software, after all the phases are finished, we will start the process over again. We never truly finish. Notice all your favorite apps are constantly improving and changing. So these companies are using the software development lifecycle. Once a company like YouTube has their product deployed and is in the process of maintaining that product, they'll start that analysis phase over again. So stakeholders will have new ideas, customers will have feedback, software developers will have new ideas, and they'll also need to they'll also need to go back and implement old ideas or fix things that they knew that they needed to fix before they started or before they deployed their software, but maybe they didn't have enough time, so they'll want to go through and do those again. So that's why we have a cycle. We go through those phases over and over. Once we are in that maintenance phase, we want to start that analysis phase again, just so that we can constantly be improving on and making positive changes to our software or our application. If you look around the internet, you'll find that there are several different versions of software development life cycles, as I mentioned. You might find one that has 7 steps or one that has 4. So there's quite a bit of variation in which steps are included in the cycle. The tasks within each of the phases are varied as well, depending on the software development methodology that we're using. A methodology is a system of methods. So in our case, each method we use will help us to create high-quality, real-world design documents. Design documents are our maps for the implementation phase. So before we ever get to any type of programming, we are going to want to create our documents, our design documents that are going to help us know what we're creating. Some methodologies identify certain steps that are in the analysis and then different steps for the design. You will find in some versions of the phases that some of the things that were in the analysis phase in one chart actually ended up being in the design phase in another. So these lines between analysis and design can be a bit blurry. In this course, we're going to be focusing on the analysis and design phases. So let's talk a bit more about those.